Good morning, YouTube fam, and welcome back to yet another one of my videos. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Before I dive into this upper body workout, I just want to say sorry because I know my voice sounds super funny, but I am just recovering from a cold, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. Now, diving into this upper body workout, I just want to touch on what I talked about in my previous video. I let you guys know that I won't be competing for 2017, but that doesn't mean that I am slowing down on my physique goals. As of right now, I am still training 4 times a week following a upper body and lower body split, training upper body 2 times a week and lower body 2 times a week. This workout that you guys are about to see was just me getting back into the gym, kind of getting back into training, because when I was in Europe, I only trained, I think, 2 times in 14 days. So the goal was to slowly ease back into things by hitting every muscle group with 1 to 2 exercises. For this first exercise, I kept it super simple with dumbbell shoulder presses. I did 3 sets for 10 reps. If you have been a long-time subscriber, then you would know that I like to keep my workouts very simple and just stick to very basic movements that I'm most strong in, because my goal is always to lift as much as I can while still maintaining my form. This is the reason why you guys don't see me doing huge supersets or drop sets or strip sets or anything crazy like that. It's because my goal is always to just be strong. When you do supersets, when you do drop sets, you can lose strength because you're fatiguing the muscle, and fatiguing the muscle doesn't always mean you're causing muscle hypertrophy, which is always my main focus because I want my muscle to grow. I find a lot of people get confused with muscle soreness and workouts intensity, thinking that they're making the most out of their workout just because they're jumping from machine to machine or not taking rests in between sets. But depending on your goals, this might not be the best approach for you. If your main goal is to build muscle mass, I would highly encourage you to focus on compound movements where you can lift a good amount of weight, because this is what's going to cause muscle hypertrophy, which is what's going to make your muscle grow. If your main goal is simply to work on your cardiovascular system and get a high calorie burn, then maybe throwing in plyometrics or doing supersets and stuff like that might be helpful. But in my opinion, I think it's better to save all that stuff for cardio, and when you're strength training, to focus on strength training. I mean, there's a reason why cardio is called cardio and strength training is called strength training. So I would highly recommend really focusing on your strength if your main goal is to put on some muscle. And even if it isn't to put on muscle, why not make the most out of your workout by challenging yourself with a good amount of weight? And to all my girls out there, yes, lifting heavy will help you put on muscle, but it will not make you look like a man, I promise. Having lean muscle will only help you look more toned and leaner. In that previous exercise, you saw me focusing on the rear delts. I did some reverse pec deck flies for 3 sets of 12 reps. Following that, I moved on to a more back-focused exercise. Here you see me doing some seated cable rows. With seated cable rows, my goal is always to make sure that I'm getting a full range of motion by letting the shoulders roll forward to give the lats a good stretch, then engaging those lats fully and pulling back right into your stomach. In this upper body workout, I chose to do more back thickness focused exercises. Moving on from these, I did some single arm hammer strength rows. Normally, I would do single arm dumbbell rows, but to be honest, I just find them extremely uncomfortable, and I find that I can go a lot heavier in the hammer strength, so that's why I chose to do those instead. Following that, I chose to do some triceps, and I supersetted that with rope cable pullovers, which is another back focused exercise, but this one does focus a lot more on the width of your back. And for that, I did 3 sets of 12 reps, and that was it for this workout. I actually forgot to do some biceps because I just don't prioritize them at all. They grow very fast, and if I don't have to train them, I just simply don't. So I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. If you did, make sure you leave me a thumbs up, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Why? Why? ¿Por qué? It's okay. This is why we're going to LA today. If I could take you up in let's go home. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. And that's what my grocery haul looks like today, because if you can't tell by my voice, I am kind of sick. My body attempted to get sick a few times when I was in Europe because we were walking around so much in the cold weather, and half the time I wasn't dressed appropriately, and somehow I managed to fight it off. This time around, I definitely couldn't fight it off, as you can tell, because I am feeling beyond sick. And the fact that the Expo is this weekend, and I'll be hopefully meeting some of you guys kind of sucks a little bit because I'm gonna be feeling under the weather, but I know once I'm there and the excitement of the expo and just meeting you guys hits, I'll be good, hopefully. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be having some of this and some Neo-Citron because I just want something hot. Yeah. Today it's Friday, January 6th, and I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me today. Like I said, we're heading to LA for the Fit Expo with PE Science. I'll probably be showing you guys some of my meals today. Kind of want to do a full day of eating, but it's not going to be anything crazy. I'm going to be keeping everything pretty simple, and I'll show you guys what I packed for the weekend. I don't plan on being super strict with my macros. I don't plan on meal prepping at all either because I just don't see it being necessary. I really don't. While I was in Europe, I did a really good job at eating intuitively, and I am sure I can do it again while I'm in LA. So I'll be bringing some of my staples, that way I can have food available to me, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like prep my meals for every single day. So let's get the day started. It's my first time trying this kind of kombucha flavor. It's called Trilogy. I don't know exactly what it's going to taste like, but might be good. There's 7 grams of carbs and a whole lot of probiotics and kombucha, so maybe this will even help me get better. I can't taste anything, and I think it's because I'm cold. It doesn't taste bad, but I can't taste anything. I have to try that again when I'm not sick.
If I could take you up and boom, 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 tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And I think I'm plans would come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Try it. I promise it's good. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I am heading to LA today and I do not plan on meal prepping, but like I said, I do want to bring some things that I can eat and have access to while I'm there, just in case I don't have anything to eat at that moment. We are staying at an Airbnb, so I will have a kitchen available to me, so I'm sure once I get there we'll go get some egg whites and chicken and just basic things that I can have. Even though I'm eating intuitively, it doesn't mean that I get to eat whatever the hell I want. I'll still eat how I normally do because I just truthfully enjoy eating that way. Like, you guys see my puff wheat cereal, you see my peanut butter, my jam, reduced sugar jam. There's tuna for protein. I have quick oats. I have some bread, and then I will also be bringing some protein powder with me. That way I can mix it into my oatmeal and give it some flavor and extra added protein. So that's going to be exactly what I'm going to be bringing. I don't want to bring any cooked stuff because I don't feel like taking my 6-pack bag with me. Quickly wanted to talk about these little guys here. They reached out to me on Instagram and they didn't even ask me to post about it or like talk about it or anything. They just wanted me to try their roasted broad beans, and I did, and I am completely obsessed with them. The macros for one serving are 100 calories, 2.5 fat, 15 carb, 5 grams of fiber, so that's pretty awesome, and 7 grams of protein, which is pretty high in protein as well. So if you like nuts and your diet isn't very high fat, then this might be a really good alternate. They're all seasoned. They have garlic and onion, they have wasabi, sriracha, mesquite barbecue, they have a trail mix as well, and they have cinnamon and cocoa. I think that's about all they, and sea salt as well. So far my favorites are sriracha and the mesquite barbecue. I wasn't a huge fan of the sweet ones because I feel like they have a very like stevia-y taste to them, but you can try them out, see if you like them. But personally, the savory ones are my favorite, and like I said, super good macros, very good fiber content, and a good replacement for nuts if you want to kind of like satisfy that craving for nuts without all the fats. So not saying that fat is bad for you or anything, but just in case your diet is lower fat, then this would be a really good alternate for you. So this is the cocoa dusted, and they come in little sample packs like this, and then I got a sriracha here as well. Super easy, quick, delicious snack, literally so freaking good. Like, they're delicious. I'll put their information down below, that way you guys can check them out if you want to. I'm not gonna bring the food like this, obviously, because it's gonna take up a lot of room in my suitcase. I'm just gonna pack what I would need for the next 4 days, and that's about it. So I'm gonna do that right now, then I will grab my next meal, show you guys what I'm having, and I will catch you guys in a bit. So this next meal is going to be something that I have loved for a long time. I'm going to be adding this little Asian veggie mix that I have right here. So these are just frozen vegetables. I'll show you guys what they look like. This little mix right here, and I did add some stuff to it. I added some soy sauce, Splenda, and salt to it, and it added kind of like a Asian cuisine taste to it. So if you guys want to do that, you're more than welcome to. One of my goals for this year is to actually clean up my diet a little bit. When I compete, my goal is usually to eat as much as I can with the amount of macros that I have. So as you guys saw in my previous prep series, I was very macro focused, not micro focused. So my biggest goal this year is to focus more on my macronutrients and try to eat more wholesome foods rather than just looking at the food label and going over what gives me more volume and less amount of calories. So that's the goal for this year, is more vegetables and more wholesome nutrients. That way I can not only look good physically but feel good internally as well. So that's a goal for this year, and that's why you see me here going with very wholesome, nutritious food. So I'm going to be adding about half of this, that way I can have some of it later. So we're going to do 50 grams of these vegetables, 65 grams, which is 1 serving of shreds lettuce, the actual secret to getting shredded. Just kidding. Just kidding. If only it was that easy. I'm gonna add the holy guacamole first. If you guys have never heard of this before, you need to try it because it's amazing. One of these has like 9 grams of fat for one mini container. As per usual though, I will weigh it just because I find that the content of the package is usually a lot either less or more than it actually says on the label. So depending on how much there is in here, that will obviously affect the nutrition value. So I would recommend weighing everything if you can. I know it's a very annoying process, but if you have a specific goal and you want to reach that goal, it's going to make a difference in the long run. I'm going to add about 30 grams of this. I usually find that I'm really bad at hitting my fat macros. Like at the end of the day, I have like a whole bunch of fats to eat. So we're going to be very generous with the guacamole. I'm going to do 30 grams of this. Add 1 little sweet potato to it. So that's 67 grams, we'll call it 65. Whatever I have left, I'm probably going to use to make another meal for later on today to eat when I'm at the airport or on the plane. I haven't mentioned this yet, but my macros are still 60 fat, 225 carb, and 130 protein. So they're the exact same as when I left to Europe. Obviously, we can't make any changes to them if I am not following them consistently, and I didn't for the time that I was in Europe, and I'm not going to for the time that I'm in LA. So it's going to be a little bit hard to gauge. It's gonna be a little bit hard to gauge, but it's completely fine as long as I know that I am eating enough, which is very hard to actually know if you're not tracking your macros. That's why it's important to do it during your off season. I know it's very annoying, but like when you need to take a break, but if you can, be consistent with your numbers and track your numbers. Definitely do that because it's going to optimize your progress and your results, because you'll be able to know exactly what you need to change depending on how your body is responding. But like I said, I haven't been consistent, so it's hard for my coach to make any changes. Therefore, everything's just stayed the same. Then we're going to add about 1.5 servings of ketchup, which is 22 grams. I don't know. I'm going to add some salt, Parmesan herb seasoning. I believe it's only available in Canada, so I'm sorry, States fam. We're just gonna literally mash and mix everything together. If you're one of those people who doesn't like eating their food together like this, then I am so sorry, but this is good. You're missing out. I'm sorry because you're missing out. For the chicken, I did 2 ounces of chicken, I think. Seriously, like just all these flavors together are insane. It looks disgusting, but it tastes so friggin' good. Check it out. That's about all it takes to make this delicious salad. So I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this. I'm gonna get some work done, and then I have to leave at around 5 to the airport. So I will see you guys at my next meal. Since I haven't tried this flavor yet, and I feel like I should have waited to try them with you guys because I always do. I like unwrapping everything with y'all, but I just didn't have my lens and they looked too good to wait for, so I didn't wait. And then I basically ate most of them. The wasabi's gone, the hickory, the sweet barbecue, I always call it hickory, is gone. So let's try the garlic and onion. So that's like 5 grams of carbs and like not even 1 gram of fat. I can tell that they have like a really good taste, but I can't fully taste them because I'm sick. taste like the other one, so yeah, they're good. I have everything pretty much ready to go. I'm just gonna put a meal together after I have my oatmeal. Feeling beyond under the weather, and I'm just really hoping that it gets better for tomorrow, because I don't want to be like this for the expo. Guess the only thing I can do is hope that I get better and keep having my vitamin C and keep drinking lots of fluids and having tea, I guess. So gonna have my oatmeal. I'm gonna add some berries on top so they don't go bad, because I have like 3 or 4 left, and gonna add some cashew milk, because the cashew milk makes a huge difference in that oatmeal. It just makes it more like creamy and just good. Already, sorry, I'm just vlogging. I'm talking to my camera. I just quickly wanted to show you guys a little snack that I packed while I'm on my way to the airport. It might help my throat feel better as well, because it's a little popsicle kind of thing. I used to have these when I was in Colombia. It's a coconut popsicle. They have all kinds of different flavors, and I actually found these at a Latino market here in Calgary, and they are made by Colombians as well. So the macros were super good, and of course had to try it, and I've been obsessed ever since the first time that I tried them. The macros are 8 fat, 13 carb, and 2 grams of protein, 137 calories for the whole thing, and honestly, like, it's amazing. It's super good, and you would think that the macros are a bit higher, but they're not, and I'm just gonna trust what they say, because why would I question it? So I'm gonna have this right now while I'm on my way to the airport, and I will check in with you guys later. So I made it through customs, made it through security, and now I'm just gonna sit here and wait until they announce my gate. I am in the new part of the airport, and they have a Menchie's like right there, and I can't believe that they have froyo at the airport. Like, that is friggin' crazy. I don't think it'd be the best idea, but I did get some sushi just because I didn't pack any food aside from the sweet potato and the chicken, so I'm not gonna be able to complete my macros, and I know that sushi's gonna help me at least get somewhat close. Just like a basic California roll right here, and then I got some tea, some miso soup, and I have my other meal in here, so I'm gonna wait until they announce my gate and then head over there. We made it to LA, and my suitcase actually made it this year, so that's a plus. It's already a good start to the trip. It's around 10:23 p.m. here, so it's getting pretty late, and it's about a 30-minute cab ride to the Airbnb, so we're on our way there right now. I'm thinking I'm gonna have the sushi that I bought. I wasn't planning on it because it honestly just doesn't look very good. It looks very just like fake, cheap sushi, but I'm hungry, it's late, and there probably is no food at the Airbnb, so I kind of have no other choice, so I'm gonna do that right now, and I will most likely see you guys tomorrow. I don't think I'll be vlogging for the rest of the night, because I'll probably just end up going to sleep since the expo is early tomorrow, so I'll see you guys then. Good night.